What's going on, everybody? And in this week's lesson, we are going to dive into Opeth's Beneath the Mire. Now, we've dabbled here on Opeth here before on this channel, and if you're here or you found this channel because you're into Tool and we do that here, I think this is a great gateway song and a great gateway album to jump into. So we are in standard tuning for this song. Down in the description below, you can find a link for the tabs that you'll see going across the screen. And Opeth has a lot of rhythm guitar as well as lead guitar. So I think what we're gonna do is kind of just plow through the song from a rhythmic guitar standpoint, and then after we get through it all, we'll go over the 3 solos that are in this song. And all that will be timestamped down in the description below if you want to jump to certain sections. All right, so like I said, we are in standard tuning, and let's jump in, okay? So the song opens up. It's a little deceiving. It's like an 8-minute song, but there's a lot of repetition, intro, outro kind of thing going on. So the song opens up with a couple of different strummed chord type riffs. And the first one sounds like this. Which is a fun, super fun riff. And I love riffs like this. This is kind of why I like Opeth, right? So we have this little D minor chord, 12, 10, 10, starting on the D string. So D string, 3rd string, 2nd string. Holding on to the 12 and the 10, we're gonna take our middle finger, play 11 on the 5th string. So it's 11, 12, 10. And then we're gonna move to this kind of flat 5 chord, 8, 9, 10. Same 3 strings, it's tritone. Now, again, I don't know how they play this per se, but I've seen it tabbed out and people play where you play this augmented chord, 9, 8, 7, lives in the diminished or dominant chord family, just another flavor of tension. Right? I'm not sure if they're doing that or they're splitting it across the 2 guitars or they're playing single notes. It's kind of hard to hear, but either way, you can alter it to taste. You have that kind of line. If I take the chord away, the riff kind of goes 9, 9, 9, 10, 0, 0. 2 open palm mutes. Right? So you have like that, okay? So they're gonna go through that a bunch of times, 4 times, I think through, or 8 times. They do the section twice, and then you get into a more 6/8 kind of feel, even though we're not at 6/8 quite yet. And Opeth does this a lot. They kind of mesh 4/4 and 6/8 together, and this song is a prime example of that. So we have this riff, and again, for those of you who have come here for the Tool and the drop D stuff, this is gonna feel right at home, okay? Because we're essentially strumming this open D and then 2, 3. This shape, this 4th interval shape. Like that, and we're just gonna slide that up through a couple of different positions. We have that strum riff right there. And like I said before, you're feeling it. It's almost like 6 plus 2, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2. And every time we count the 1, 2, we're gonna do our slide or shifting into a new position. Kind of like this 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 1, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 1. Hopefully that makes sense, right? And I know we're in 4, but again, we're meshing this kind of, it has a very 6/8 strum feel to it, right? So that's why you have this 6 plus 2. You're gonna go 2 and 3, 4 and 5, 5 and 6, 7 and 8, back down to 4 and 5, up to 5 and 6, back down to root position. And when you play that, you're gonna do this. Little descending idea. Hammer on O2 to 3 on the D string. On the G string to the G string. So you're kind of like this little F major third here down to this C major third. And then same thing as string lower. Like that, all right? And that's that section. And then you're gonna go back to the section. And then after you go through that, you're gonna end on that chord. Kind of get out of it like that. You play the first 2 chords, and then 12, 12, 14 sounds like. And then we're gonna move our way into the verse. And so that's that whole intro section. It's about 1:45, no vocals, just all instrumental. And now we're into the first verse section. And I like to call this like kind of, it's very sludgy, right? We're taking this major, simple major triad, right? This, if you've ever played E major, these group of fingerings right there, middle finger, ring finger, first finger, that makes up a major triad, just those 3 notes. And we're basically playing that shape on the low strings, 6, 6, 5, and then dropping down a half step, 5, 5, 4, and then coming down to 3rd position, and then 2nd position. And it sounds like this. Like that. So just a feel change. And then it just repeats that part, right? Real sludgy sounding, great use of those chords. So 6 down the 5, 3 down the 2, and then you answer it with this kind of playing off the octave. You're really just playing with dissonance here, right? So when I play open low string to 7 on the 5th string, that's an octave, that's E and E, that's root notes. So if I play a half step above or a half step below, that's gonna be very tense because I'm a half step away from the 7, 7, 8, 6, 7. And then a little chug on the low string, and then play 7, 6, 7 on the first 3 strings. And then you have that chug pattern. And so on, and you go through that 4 times, and then to get out of it, you have this little, as we move into the next section, it's like a little, I think it's 7/8, could be wrong on that, but it's just a little notey fill, right? So how's that work? Right on that chug, you just use the 16th notes to get out of it, and you're gonna play 6, 7 on the low string, 5, 6, 7 on the 5th string, 5 on the D string, resolving to here for this F sharp. So you have like that, and we're off into the next section, all right? So this section's kind of fun because I'm tying back that 4/4 and 6/8 kind of feel, because they're gonna go back and forth and the guitar part's gonna stay exactly the same, all right? So I'm not sure how they do it, how they split it up on the record, whether they just have guitars on the low power chords, like that, and then the other one's playing kind of upper octave, upper power chords, or they're doing a combination of both. So if I go 4/4, 6/7, starting on the 5th string. Like that. So that's that part, and they put different feels of it. So you can count over that 1, 2, 3, 4, or you can count over that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And if you listen to the drums will change, and that's how you can kind of feel that. But that's all we're doing. We're just strumming that 4, 2, up to 5. All right, and then on top of that, there's an auxiliary part here where it sounds like it's either just 2 strings being crossed, kind of like that, or they're picking out those power chord notes, right? The 4, 4, 2, 2 kind of thing. Like that. No, play with that, see what you like. You know, that's kind of the second layered guitar part over that. So now there's gonna be nice kind of crooning vocals, we're singing nice and clean, and then there's gonna be guitar solo 1, right? So we're gonna skip over that because we'll do guitar solo 1 at the end, right? So we're gonna just, you know, it's that rhythm underneath the guitar solo, and then we stop, and we have the piano break, and there's a little melody, single string melody, and that is this. Right, so that's that little melody right there, and real fast, again, it's piano playing chords here, and it's B major, and I'm gonna, instead of playing big bar chords here, I'm just gonna play the root in the 3rd. Right, got a very harmonic minor kind of feel to it, at least the chord progression wise anyway. So it's B major, I'm playing 7 of the low string, 8 of the G string, which is the middle finger note of a major bar chord. Okay? Just so you guys know the chord going on. Chords in the pianos. B major, F step higher, C major, down to A minor, 5 and 5, back up to B. And that chord progression repeats, but then resolves on E, E major. Okay, so those are the piano chords, and then you have the guitar melody on top of it. 9, 7, 5, 4, 2, 1. Those look right down the scale. And then we're gonna slide up 9, cross string to 7, step up to 9. 7 and 5, repeat, up to 9, 4, 6, and that note is part of the E major chord. That's why we resolve right there. Then we go into another little clean section, except this time the guitar riff is clean, okay? And you can lead into that kind of idea where I'm playing the low string open, and then I'm hybrid picking, hammering on D string open to 2. So we're basically pedaling off the low string, and then playing some chords up top, some thirds, and what have you. So first one is gonna be a major third, 7 and 7 on the G and the B string. And then all we're gonna do is we're gonna play the same thing, but instead of 7 and 7, it's now 5 and 7. And this is kind of a tritone sound. That's the interval we're playing, it's a tritone. Okay, so that's the clean part right there. And I would kind of play, when you play O chord, I would play the first one staccato, like come back down with the pick to cut it off, and then let that one ring out. and then put the chord hits, let the chord hits ring on top of that. Okay, and that is that part. Again, more clean vocals, and then there's gonna be guitar solo number 2 over that, all right? And then we're gonna segue out of that into an acoustic break, right? Again, very Opeth, acoustic break, and simple chord, but great sounding. You know, take this, you know, where it's an interval mixed with some open strings, and you can get a really cool guitar part, and that's what's going on here. So, ring finger, middle finger, kind of like we're playing an A7 chord here, right? But we're gonna move that up into 8th position. So it's 8 open 3rd string, 8 open 1st string. So we have the 8 and 8, and then open, open, right? Kind of a diminished chord there. And then we're gonna do an 8th position, up and down, and then 5th position, up and down. Right, and you're kind of playing with the texture of the guitar here, where these open strings give me a diminished kind of sound. And when I move it down, I'm getting unison notes here. Right? Not a lot of tension there. It's more of an open string texture kind of thing. Hard to explain, but you know what I'm talking about. And if you want to change the picking pattern out for some interest, I like to do that, where I string skip the first couple notes. So it's string-wise, 4, 2, 3. Instead of just going straight up and down. And then pick 1, 2, 3. I think that sounds cool with just the open strings and things that are going on there, right? So that's that part, and then you're gonna get this heavy break out of that that's gonna mimic that harmony at least, right? That movement. We're gonna play basically an octave now on the low string, because an octave from 8 on the D string is 6 of the low string, and then we're basically picking out this tritone, 6, 7, 8, 6, 7, 8. Following suit down here, 3, 4, 5. So I like to do octave, middle tritone note, then the upper note. Four times, and give it that little, for personality, why not? 4 times, and on the 4th time, you're gonna have a gat to get out of the next section and into the next section. Like that. So now we're moving into this staccato section, so we can kind of go, just doing that on the low string, kind of this upbeat staccato kind of feel. You can play octave if you want. And it sounds like there's an organ line and the bass line might be moving over it, but I'm pretty sure the guitars just stay on that open note. And then eventually they're gonna come in with this harmonized octave riff. Like that, that'll be one guitar. 12, 7, 6, 3. In groups of 3. 4, I'm sorry. 6, 7, 3, 6 is the next group of 4. Oh, 2 measures of open at that point. It's kind of what's going on. But like I said, octave thirds. 2 things. Each guitar can play octaves. Right? And then they're gonna be, those notes are gonna be harmonized a minor third, which I've talked about on this channel before. And a minor third, if I'm playing 12 of the low string, a minor third would be 10, an inverted power chord on the 5th string. So if I wanted to play those harmonies, that's where those notes would be. I could just make that shape on all the notes I was already playing. And that's gonna give us 10, 5, 4, 1. So you have that. And I could play octaves on those notes. So I do that octave thing twice through, and then the second time, right? Oh, this is a group of 16 notes, and then the octave, or the octave of the root note E, right? And you can do that here, or here, or here, wherever you want to do it. Rock it and have a good time, all right? That is the next section, right? This kind of ascending power chord section, okay? So after the 0, 2, 3, 5, 8, 10, 11, 12. 0, 2, 3, 5, 8, 10, 11, 12. Right? You go through that twice, but the ending of it's gonna be the same. You're not gonna quite get up to 11 and 12, 8, 10, and then you're gonna ba 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 ba. You're gonna do that very Opeth kind of part here, like ending melody or segue melody. That kind of idea, but we're gonna play octaves, 7, 9, 10, 13, back down to 10. And then first finger stays on that string. 4, play minor thirds again, inverted power chord. 6 on the low string. So we have great segue riff. And that leaves us kind of like a climaxy kind of section of the song, right? And again, they have 2 guitars, so the parts are gonna split here, okay? And this is what I think is going on with the main rhythm guitar. Hammer open, hammer on the 2. Have that rhythm. And then end it with 3, 0, 2, 6. Right? And then do that 4 times. And then basically same riff, but we're gonna open it up, slightly alter it a little bit. We're gonna take the 3 out of the note, just stay on the 2, add the octaves, kind of open it up, make it a little more strummy, because that's what the guitar solo 3 is gonna be over, right? Kind of like that, right? I think that's what's going on with the one rhythm guitar, right? You do the 4 times, then open up to that. Let me do that for you. Like that, and you keep the octave part of it going underneath the 3rd guitar solo, all right? The rhythm, the other part that's over that, it's got a triplet kind of vibe over that, which is a really cool counterpart, and it's gonna be playing with octaves for a little bit. play it up to speed. Like that. So we're basically playing open O2 on the low string, just like the Chug, but then playing the octave on the D string 4. And I don't actually attack that note with my right hand. I'm kind of hammering on from nowhere. And then sliding up to 5. And then there's that minor third shape again. So playing a minor third, 3 of the G string, pull off 6-3, 7. I'll do that again. So it's triplet, triplet, triplet note. That's the one, that's the first phrase. The second phrase starts out the same. But here, after I slide up to 5, 4-3 on the G string, 4 on the E string. So it's triplet, triplet, triplet note, triplet, triplet, triplet resolve. Okay, that's the triplet part over top of that, and then and if you're playing that, then you can just kind of slide right up and do the third guitar solo. So you keep, again, the octave kind of strum thing under the guitar solo, and then we're gonna end with this kind of odd time outro kind of thing, right? And it's got this. That kind of feel to it. And it's really fast 9/8, 6/8. But from just what are we doing on the guitar standpoint, we're playing an E power chord, open and 2, chug chug. 4 times. And then we have that fill. And it's when you slow it down, it's a very groovy kind of triplet feel. Right? It's just going by very fast. So we have a pickup note, 8th fret of the low string, dropping down a tritone to 7. So the triplets are 7, 6, open. Okay? 12-06 is the second triplet. And then the third triplet is 0-3-5. That's the fill. Right? That's the fill. Okay? So the counting wise of it, you have this. That's the 9/8, and it's fast. So you can count 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Right? 3 times 3 is 9. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Or I can just count the accents of those groups of 3. 1, 2, 3. Right? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So there you go. There is the rhythm guitar part for Beneath the Mire. Now let's rewind and go back and go over the 3 guitar solos that go on. Guitar solo number 1 happens over that 6/8 strum pattern, and it goes like this. Very quick, very scale fragmenty, very muscle memory feeling kind of vibe you get out of that. So you have this descending idea first. That's essentially the first phrase or first idea. Starting on the high string, 14-12, cross string 14. Back up a step, continue that scale pattern down. 14 and 12 all the way. And then the last one we do that 12 on the B string, 14, 13 on the G string, down to 11 of the D string. And then from here, basically a scale, minor scale up, 11, 13, 14, or 1, 3, 4. And then again, a half step higher, 12, 14, 15. 12, 14, back down to the third string, 13th fret. So. That's the opening phrase. Then we have that kind of flurry of notes. So if you've done any kind of lead guitar work before, this will probably seem a little familiar. We're gonna do that phrase. We're ending on this 13th fret of the G string, and then you have this very common slur pattern, 13, 14, 13, 11. Cross string, 12 and 11. And then down a half step on the D string. Up to 14. And now this part of the solo, you have this 14, 12, 11, 14, 12, 11, 14, 12. This kind of scale pattern, this Mixolydian, this kind of scale thing. And it's okay if you don't know what that is, it doesn't really matter. But if I play it from the low string, 12, 14, 11, 12, 14, 11, 12, 14, 11, 13, 14. And that's kind of what we're going down. When I get up to the 14, I do one of those. Hammer on slurs. 12, 14, 12, 11, 12, 11. And then here, basically the same thing. But when I get to the 12 there, big bang, okay? I know it goes by really fast, but again, you're just going down that scale fragment. Definitely look at the tabs, okay? And then we're basically gonna outline this F sharp minor bar chord right here. 9, 11, 11, 10, 9. So F minor bar chord. We're basically gonna go up that chord. And start doing more scale fragmenty stuff up there. So we're gonna start out 9, 11, 12 on the 5th string, 11, 11. Those are the two notes from the bar chord. And then we're gonna get up to the high string, and essentially, again, if I put my ring finger on 11, there's my F sharp, 3rd string, and then play 9, 10, 12, 9, 10, 12. That's what we're doing, this part. Literally that. But it sounds like, again, when I said before, it sounds very muscle memory. It almost sounds like they're just playing rhythmically with the scale, adding little flurries through the scale. There's that again. Cross string 11, 9. And then another flurry up. Hammer on 9, 10, 11, 9, 10, 12, and then same thing on the high string, but continue the pull off back down. Finish off 12, up a whole step down. There's the first solo. piano break, the other guitar melody kicks in. The second guitar solo is over the little soft break, and it sounds like this. That's kind of the opening of the first solo. Minor scale pattern, E minor, essentially. 7, 9, 10. Slide up to 11. Not 11, 9, 11, and 12 are the notes we're playing. Ending on 12 of the B string. So again, our first line, our second line, our third line. Right, kind of this kind of shifting power chord, John Petrucci inspired kind of thing. At least that's what it reminds me of, because I've done a lot of that. Slide down from 9. Pick out 9 on that G string, back to the D string. Nine, 7, 7, 5, 4, 5, 7. And we end it 5, 7 on the A. 5, 3 on the E, 5, 7 on the E, 7 on the A, and then all on one string. 5, 7, 9, 10, 9. Okay, moving on to the next phrase. Eight, 7 on the B, 7 to the G. 7, 9, 7 on the D. 4. O, 4, 4. Up to 7 on the G. So it's O, 4 on the D string. Up to 4 of the G string. 7 of the G string. 4, 5, 7. 4 on the G string. 5, 7 on the B string. Back to 4 on the G string, 7, 8 on the B string. Slide up to 10. Right there. Trill, 8 and 10, down to 7. That little phrase is connected to the trill. Eight, 10, 7, back up to 8, down the 9, and we're gonna bounce off the B string. 7, 10 on the D, 7, 9. Then we have this tough little bending lick right here. I like to play it 2nd string, 7th fret, half step to 9 on the G string. Do it 2 times in a row. And you have that little phrase. We're kind of picking out this chord. Kind of like that. So 10 on the D, 9 on the G, 10, 12 on the B. Back to 9 on the G. Half step bend on 12. Pull off the 10, cross string. 12, back to 10. 11, 12, 9. Then we have that finishing off thing right here. So we have this little bluesy pull off, 11, 10, 8. Back up, 10, 11, 12. Cross string 12, back down, up to 10. finish it off with a quick 11, 10, 12, down the 3. 5, 4 on the G string. It's a tricky little phrase. Take your time with it, okay? That's the next phrase. 5 and 4, 7 and 4, and then bend the 7 down the 5 again. Fun little lick. 5. Now we're gonna go to this high string. 7, 5, 3, 2. You can play dead notes there. Just keep your rhythm. And then we pick out 4, 2, 2, 4, 2, 3, 2. Little D chord. That's that phrase. Let me back it up a little bit for you because it's a tricky solo. And then we have our last lick. So that last little bit of the solo, we're gonna go 9, 10, 9, trill, 7, 8, 7 on the B string, 9, 7, 8, 9. Continuing up, 7, 8, 10, 7 on the high string, right back down, 10, 8, 7, 8, 7, 8. And that's the acoustic break right there. So those are the first 2 guitar solos. Woo! It's a lot going on. Let's move over to guitar solo number 3. So guitar solo 3 comes on this riff. That's the third solo right there. So you kind of start out in, again, F sharp minor pentatonic, right? 9, 12, 9, 11, 9, 11. Kind of right there. Right on the G string, 9, 11, 9, 11. Now imagine if you would a very basic pentatonic sequence. Something like that. But here, we're gonna play the blue note and some minor stuff. Like that. So we're gonna grab that 10th fret. 11, 9, 11, 11, 10. And 11 on that A string. Like that. You're gonna slide from 7 to 9, and then eventually go 10, 9, 9, bend 11 of the G string. Okay, and we're gonna do a similar lick that we did before. Except we're gonna get out of it way different. 9, 12, 9, 9. 11, 11. That's kind of the same as it was before, minus the beginning. So now we're gonna do this, 12, 11, 9. 12, 11, 9, 11, 9, 10. 10 to 11 back down. 11 there. And again, continuing our pentatonic framework. That idea is twice. Again, 11 and 9, G and D string. We have that after you do this twice. On the G string, on the D string, 7, 9, 11, 9 on the G string. Grab that flat, the tritone note, the blue note on 10 and bend it up. Nice vibrato. 11, 9, 7, 9, 10, 6. And when you land on that 6, dig into it. Give yourself a nice little squealy right there, if you can. And then you have that little ascending run, 9, 11, 9, 11, to 9 on the G string. 11, 9, 11, 11 on the B string. (11) to 14 twice. G string, 16, 15, 16, and then 14, 15, 17, 15, 17. Four big bends. Then you have this cool little slidey lick. Very harmonic minor-y. 14, 15, 18, 15, 19. Then you have that, 15, 14, and it's groups of 3, 19, 18, 19. 21, 22, 21, 19, 18, bend to 17 on the B string. And that is guitar solo 3. And then, holy cow, Opeth Beneath the Mire. There you go. Guitar solos and everything. I hope you guys dig that. Down in the description below, you'll find all the sections timestamped, and you'll find links for the tabs as well. So, as always, let me know what you come up with. Until then, I'll see you next time. Thanks a lot.